Hello, hello. Today we are going to really quick be looking into Julia Wendell, who believes that she is the missing girl Madeleine McCann, who went missing in 2007. It's a weird thing, right? So I swear that I did a reading on Madeleine McCann. I remember doing the reading. I remember talking about the building where they were and the building in reference to where they were eating, but that's like all I can remember from this reading. And I thought it was posted on my page, and people have been asking for it a lot lately, so I went back this morning to try and get the link so I could post the link on the community page, and it wasn't there. And I looked and looked and looked, and then I had my assistant look, and I guess I never posted it. I don't know if I'm dreaming that I did this reading, but I very vividly remember doing this reading. I guess it could have been before I started recording the readings, when I was just doing them. But I'm feeling that I remember recording this reading. Anyway, I'm going to redo it. I don't really remember what came out in it, other than I vividly remember talking about the hotel where Madeleine was, and then the place where the parents were eating. But I don't know. It's a mystery. I'm confused. But I am going to redo that reading, but I want to just address this first. So Madeleine McCann went missing from a holiday apartment in Portugal on the evening of May 3rd, 2007. She was 3 years old. Essentially, her parents and a bunch of friends or something were there on vacation on like a short holiday trip. The parents left the children in the hotel rooms or whatever they are called there, and went down to dinner, and would periodically take turns coming up to check on the children. And then one of the times that happened, they discovered that Madeleine was not there, and a search ensued. Again, this is an old case, 2007. It's a very big case. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, go watch another video on it, because I'm just really quick going to look into only the Julia component today, which is, so she feels as though she doesn't know the truth about her own childhood. She feels as though there are some similarities in her eyes between her and Madeleine. Let's look into it really quick. And again, this is not going to be the reading on Madeleine. I'm going to redo that one. But I do recall it was like a longer reading. There was a lot that came out. Of course, I don't know where it is now, but what can we know about Julia? Death, Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles. This is honestly kind of what I was thinking before I even pulled these cards. There's kids that are being really loud outside, so if you hear that. And apparently a horn too. Okay, so what these cards are kind of confirming to me is what I was thinking. I feel like there is an issue that's ongoing between Julia and her mother. I feel as though she believes that she doesn't necessarily connect with her mother, and that has caused her this deep pain. But I don't think it's something that she ever expressed in a direct way, so it's kind of like an underlying buildup. I do feel as though it's almost like Julia was cared for physically and like in worldly needs, but emotionally maybe was a little bit too much to deal with in terms of like big emotions. Anyway, I feel like there's a disconnect between her and her mom specifically. And I think that she's trying to latch on to something that will give her the answers that can only be found within, but she hasn't been taught how to look within to get them. Clarifier for the Death card. Hanged Man. Yeah, it's like a surrender, a sacrifice, a letting go. And death. It's all right, so this isn't to bash anyone, but what I'm seeing in these cards is she wanted to be anybody else but who she was so badly that she latched on to what she felt were similarities. I believe that she believes what she's saying now. I feel like in the beginning she had to convince herself of it, but now she believes it. And I think that part of that is because she looked specifically for things that would confirm what she wanted the answer to be. I don't know if I would necessarily say that I feel like she's lying, because I feel like she's hopeful that she will be correct. It's hard to explain. It's like there's like a deep down seed of thought that is telling her this is not who you are. But she has buried that seed with so many other facts that would support the growth of that seed that she feels as though that seed has sprouted. It's like, I don't feel as though she's purposely lying, but I do feel as though she is not Madeleine McCann. Clarify for the Queen of Wands. Ace of Pentacles and Temperance. To clarify the Queen of Wands. Yeah, it's almost like maybe Julia's mother, it's weird because it's almost, I'm reading it almost like Brian Koberger's mom, like maybe a little bit more fulfilled by career than by parenting. I feel like something blocked the connection between Julia being able to really connect deeply to her mom, and I think that that is, under everything else, what has made this seed in her mind sprout. I do feel as though she just wants peace, and I feel like she feels like this could give that to her. Clarifier for Temperance. Ten of Wands. Yeah, heavy burden. It's something she's been carrying around for a long time. Okay, so this is how I believe it's going in Julia's mind. I believe it essentially was not feeling like she fit anywhere, very deeply longing for a connection, looking into different things to give her a sense of purpose, starting to see, I feel as though it was the eye, because they both have a similar mark in the eye. I feel like she recognized that, latched onto that, and then fully convinced herself, because she was looking for pieces that would verify what she wanted the answer to be. Hold on. Seven of Cups reversed. Yeah, it's almost like once she tunnel vision. In a dark room, very dark room. This is a metaphor. She's in a very dark room. She sees a little speck of light under the door and pours everything she has into making that speck feel like it was originating from a light inside the room when really it was a light on the outside of the door. What I mean by that is what she's looking for, what she's searching for is who she is. At her core, she has no idea who she is. She feels as though she's very on her own emotionally, but also hasn't been taught the skills to reach out appropriately to others. So, it's like she doesn't know how to even help herself. I feel as though this is not necessarily a lie. I don't think that she hopped on the internet saying, I'm going to lie to the world and get all of this attention. I do think that she completely convinced herself of what deep down she knows not to be true. Clarifier for the King of Pentacles. The Empress. Yeah, it's a mommy issue. It's a mommy wound. It's feeling like an inability to connect. Five of Swords reversed. I think that one of them tried really hard to connect to the other, and it just wasn't happening. I don't think her relationship is as bad with her father as it is with her mother. But I don't really think it's great with either. So Julia has said that she's overheard her parents saying things along the lines of, why did we take this girl, or something like that. She also says that she doesn't have any baby pictures. There's a lot of claims, and I just want to see what is the reality of the situation of Julia's childhood. Wheel of Fortune. Four of Wands, the home, the environment of the home. Ace of Cups reversed, no emotion, no emotional support, no soul connection. So in the home, there was a lot of unexpected events, and there was not a lot of emotional support to counteract the unexpected events. Clarifier for the wheel. What kind of events? Seven of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Nine of Wands reversed. And the Hermit. I don't want to say too much because I don't really want to put their personal business out there, because this is not a weird, but it's a very tricky situation that's unfolding for both families. But I will say that I do feel as though Julia's mother may have made it so it wasn't necessarily the best household for anyone. I'm feeling a lot of like condescending energy. But just mainly from one parent. And I feel like it caused a lot of confusion and tension in the household. Oh yeah, Six of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. And Three of Wands. Yeah, it's like they were always waiting for the next blow up, or always waiting for the next being accused of something or not being good enough, something like that. I do feel like a deep emotional wound, because I feel like whatever it was wasn't ever talked about, and then one day she just started kind of rebelling, I guess you could say. And then we have the Four of Wands and Ace of Cups reversed. So in the home, there was no emotional support. There was no emotional regulation. There was no emotional, like, intellectual building up. Again, I don't want to get too deep, but I feel like it's almost, I feel like it's because of the mom, but I don't really feel like the dad really stepped on the mom's toes. And I think that that caused Julia to feel like neither of them cared about her. But I think that there was this deep inability to connect between her and her mom. But then her and her dad's relationship also suffered because of him not wanting to step on the mom's toes. But that's all I'm going to get into that part of it. Why is it that Julia's parents will not do the DNA test or anything like that? Nine of Swords reversed and the Hierophant, because they already know. There's like, they're like, I'm not doing this. I'm not feeding into, I wonder. King of Wands reversed. Tough love, I guess you could say. I feel like they, like, from their point of view, it's almost like their energy is, could we just do the DNA test and wrap this up? Yes, but you put our family on blast in front of the world knowing that this was not true. And it feels like they're trying to force her into a situation where she has to get some kind of help. Like, almost like leaving her hanging out to dry, because they want her to see, okay, you need to get help or we're done. And I also feel like they want to take the power away from what is being said by not even validating it either way. It fits in with the energy that I'm reading for the mom to do something like that. Like that, it seems like it's an alignment. Like, the person I would feel like she was during Julia's childhood feels like the same person who would respond in this way. So that checks out to me. I don't necessarily think it's maliciously them saying we're not doing the DNA test. I think it's more like, no, you know what? This time you need to see that we're done. Why do I feel like... Ten of Swords. Has she done this before? I'd be curious to know if she either claimed to be a different missing person or made a false accusation against someone in the past that turned out to be false. The High Priestess in reverse and the Sun. Yeah, it's like she deep down, she knows that it's not true, but she's convinced herself that it is. So I don't think that she is actively saying, let me go get on camera and lie to these people. I think that she truly believes it at this point. But I do believe that there was a point where she knew logically it was not true. But since then, she has convinced herself that that time period never even existed. There was never a period where, in her mind now, there was never a period then when she didn't believe it. She has convinced that out of her mind. She is only fully believes, she fully believes it now. Okay, so if the McCanns are to take a DNA test and Julia is to take a DNA test, what would be going through Julia's mind waiting for those results? 9 of Cups reversed. Disappointment, judgment in reverse. Not learning your lesson. That would confirm about possibly doing it before. Page of Wands. So judgment in reverse is like failing to learn a lesson. And then 9 of Cups in reverse is interesting because we had the Ace of Cups in reverse to describe the family life back then. 9 of Cups in reverse would be that multiplied by 9. So it's all of the people being upset as opposed to just one person. And then the Page of Wands is like exploring the self. So it's almost like, I feel like they may be doing the DNA test. I read something, or I think I saw something, they agreed to it, but I don't know. I don't think they've done it yet. Anyway, so let's say they took the DNA test and she did as well. While the results were pending, I feel as though Julia would be feeling it's almost like a gender reveal, like where it's like you're having a baby, right? You're having this gender reveal, you're having a baby. Either way, you're going to have a baby, but is it going to be a boy or is it going to be a girl? Like that's what I feel like the energy is, but it's just like this. Like either way, she feels like, oh, well, I'll at least get one step closer to finding out who I am. But she's trying to convey how much she believes what she's saying before that were to happen. I feel as though she would feel true disappointment if it came back that she is not Madeleine McCann. But I also feel like there's another part of her that is expecting that disappointment. It's I can feel in her energy that she has fully convinced herself that she's telling the truth. But she's not Madeleine McCann. Allegedly, my opinion, she's not. The Page of Wands is also potential, so it's like, oh, well, there's a possibility that this could be it. There's a possibility, maybe I am right. But I don't feel like she's being malicious. I think she's just so lost and will do anything to find that compass to help her find her way. And but I have to sneeze. Excuse me. What's weird is that I'm getting that she's done something like this before. Like, I don't know if it's maybe she just questioned, like, oh, maybe I'm this person, and then it didn't turn out. And 8 of Swords, being trapped in your thoughts. King of Swords reversed. Her first time convincing herself of anything was her convincing herself that her parents weren't her real parents. That's how this started. She had convinced herself that her parents were not her real parents, looked for anything to support that, latched onto anything that supported that, and then once she was already looking for things to support that, she stumbled upon Madeleine's eye, and that further supported. that, and she latched onto that because it was supporting the ultimate theory that her parents were not her parents. It's, and I'm not saying this to like throw shade, I'm just trying to explain what I see. It's almost like there's a part of Julia that's still this 2-year-old girl who just really wants to have her mom prove that she loves her. And that 2-year-old inside threw a really big fit and convinced herself of where we are at now. I don't think that she's purposely lying, but I do think that she has convinced herself of something that is not true. Hold on. Let's see if they do the DNA test, what will happen. Knight of Wands. 4 of Cups reversed. Yeah. The Tower reversed and 8 of Cups reversed. So the Knight of Wands here would be about, so essentially how I said that I feel like her and her father didn't have the worst relationship, but it wasn't great because of not wanting to step on toes of other people. I think that the DNA test will pretty much seal the fate for her and her dad. I don't think that he will be able to get over it, honestly. And then the 4 of Cups being reversed is like, okay, snap out of it. Like, now you got your answer. It's almost like from the dad, it's because he feels like she's trying to get away. Like, she's trying to shun them. That's how he feels. But she also feels shunned. It feels like one of those situations where just like nobody talks about anything, and instead of ever solving anything, it just is swept under the rug, and then eventually the rug is like 10 feet up in the air because there's all this stuff swept under it. That's how it feels. The Tower in reverse and the 8 of Cups in reverse is like, again, it's like failure to learn lessons. So I feel big, I told you so energy, but like very like, I told you so, like, I'm done. That's how I feel. I think that Julia's gonna need a lot of support. She put herself on a very big platform, and Devil in reverse, yeah, recovery. Yeah, I think she's gonna need some support. Here's what I would say. If you're someone who is following this case, if you are someone who is very emotionally invested in this case and the outcome of what happens here, just be kind, because I don't think that this girl got behind a camera to manipulate the world purposely. I think that she is in that dark room trying to figure out where it is that light is coming from. And I believe that she convinced herself that she knew where it was coming from, but she's not correct. We're going to potentially see with this case, how much other people can affect someone's mental health. This girl has, I believe, like 1 million followers on some platform now because of this. if that DNA comes back and she is not Madeleine, which I believe is what it will say, is that she is not. Just remember for yourself how karma works. If you send out bad energy, you're going to get it back. That was like a really loud speeding car down my street as soon as I said, if you send out bad energy, you're going to get it back. Warning you, if you send out bad energy, you're going to get it back. I don't think this girl is purposely manipulating anyone, but I think that she has subconsciously manipulated herself unknowingly. And that is what's being projected because she believes what she's saying. But I don't think that she is Madeleine McCann. Again, allegedly, my opinion. Is there the possibility that they will say that she is her just to close this case? Knight of Pentacles. No. Chariot. No. Keep it moving. No. I don't believe that they will say it's her, and I don't believe it's her, but I don't believe that it's maliciousness. I think it is someone who's going to need to be shown a little bit of kindness. I know that people get very upset when someone says something that is not true, but in this case, I would just ask of you to look at it in the way that this person needs love, not hate right now. And your words, whichever way they go, can make a big difference for this person. Do I believe that she's Madeleine McCann? No, I don't. Do I believe that she believes what she's saying? At this point, yes, I do believe that she fully 100% believes what she's saying. If we could have 3 cards from Madeleine McCann, what would they be? Page of Pentacles in reverse, a lack of progress. Five of Cups, disappointment, and 10 of Cups reversed. Yeah, I would say that. So the Page of Pentacles reverse is also like a foolish energy. I'm not saying that Julie is foolish, but I'm saying that it's like not getting something right, but thinking that you are type of energy. Again, not maliciously, but a lack of progress. So progress would be, hey, we found Madeleine, but that's not what's happening. And the Five of Cups is feeling very disappointed. It is feeling still in a period of mourning or sadness or grief. And then we have the 10 of Cups reverse, which would be about Madeleine not being reunited with her family because Julia is not Madeleine. I need to end this because my son is done coloring and wants my attention, but I am going to do another video for Madeleine's case, just not right this second. I will get to it as soon as I can, and I will have a couple other videos, including the next Idaho video, out this week.